Welcome, friends, it is I, LostScarf, and it's time for the Short Smite Beginner Guide to Bakasura. That's right, the insatiable hunger is here, and he is gonna wreck things, mostly from the jungle, but he can just cause a lot of damage and mayhem, and he's just great to play. So as always, this is a beginner guide, so it's gonna be a lot of good information for beginners. Expert and advanced players probably already know a lot of this stuff. There should be nothing new for them, but if there's anything that I left out on purpose that you feel should still be mentioned, go ahead and mention that in the comments. We're not gonna put everything out there as far as information goes, because we don't want to overwhelm a beginner. So as always, we're going to go over his beginner role, tips and combos for him. We're also going to go over just generally what you want to buy with Bakasura, and that should be everything you need to know. And then you should do alright with him, and eventually you'll learn how to play him better on your own, and then you'll just become a great Baka player. At least that's the goal here. So let's get going. Class and roles. Now Baka is an assassin, so he's a melee god capable of doing a lot of damage at close range, and usually has a form of escape or kill secure. In this case, it would be Bakasura's leap. He can use that to escape or go for the kill on somebody. He, of course, also has a cripple in his ultimate and a cone on it, which makes it easier to kill people, which is very nice there. Now, for beginners, jungle. Bakasura is a beast in the jungle. He can eat minions, and his passive makes him just kill things a lot faster. And then he's just able to just go and gank very quickly. Thanks to his true damage and cripple, he can become a strong threat from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. He can kill one person or an entire team very quickly because of his ultimate. Bakasura's abilities. First up is his passive, Insatiable Hunger. For each enemy killed, Baka gains plus 10% attack speed and movement speed for up to 10 seconds, up to 3 stacks. Now what happens here is, if you can just kill 3 minions really quick before a fight, you'll have plus 30% attack speed and movement speed. That's really good. Next up is his first ability, Takedown. This is a leap ability, so you can use it for escaping, or for chasing somebody, and if you hit an enemy god with it, you will debuff them for 20 physical armor for 3 seconds. It also deals really good damage. His second ability is called Eat Minion, and what happens here is Baka eats a minion for HP, and it also gives him a defense buff for 5 seconds. You can't eat a buff camp minion until they're at 33%. This is the big guy, not the little ones. You can eat them instantly. And this also builds up stacks for your ultimate up to 6. Bakasura's third ability is called Butcher Blaze. This is a buff to physical power, but it also gives him true damage to his basic attacks for 6 seconds. It's an increase in true damage. It doesn't make all of his damage do true damage, just an extra amount of damage that does true damage. And finally, Regurgitate, which does a lot of things. When you start it, you cast a small AoE attack at your enemy, and this small area wherever you threw it at has a cripple and slows if the enemies are on it. Now, minions also spawn there, and depending on how many stacks you got from your Eat Minions is how many that will come up to 6 of them. They can attack gods and body block gods, which can be very useful. On top of that, you get CC immunity for 1.5 seconds, and you get a cone attack for 5 seconds. Because of this cone attack, you are capable of killing multiple gods at once. It is a really useful ultimate as long as you play it smart, because you can get caught with a CC after 1.5 seconds. Tips and combos. First up is, try to fill your passive before fights. This is of course really important. That plus 30% to attack and movement speed is huge. It's going to be very helpful if you can get that. Next up is, Leap is good for initiating a non-escape gods and catching up to gods who have escapes. You don't want to rely on your cripple completely against a god with an escape, because they can walk out of it then escape, so you want to save your jumps for after they get out of that cripple as well. Eat minions before fight for passive and def bonus, just really good to have that. Try to have full stacks for your ultimate. 6 little minions is a lot better than 3 little minions. They can really cause a lot of trouble. Some things about ults though. Ult minions can body block and trap an enemy god. I've done it before. It is hilarious trapping someone between 6 minions. It is great. Another is minions can tank the tower. So if you need to emergency go finish off a tower or just go beat up a tower really badly, you can throw out your minions, go in there and just beat it up for a little bit. And lastly, ult can be used as a preemptive beat. Like if you see an enemy who has a CC and you know they're going to cast it, you can cast your ult first, ignore their CC, and then cause a bunch of trouble. Like ignoring Anubis' mummification with your ultimate, or like seeing Ymir's freeze coming. Do your ultimate first, Ymir gets caught with his pants down, and then you just make him pay for it. Baka really only has one combo, and that is 3 plus left click. That's basically it. Everything else is done around that. You can use your leap to initiate, then do that little combo, or do your little combo, then jump after someone if they escape. You can put your ultimate on top of that so you can do cones with that little combo. That's really what you're doing here, is just 3, and just hit people as hard as you can, as often as you can, and just kill people. That's all you're really doing with them. And your abilities just really help you do that. Purchases for Bakasura. Now Bakasura is an extremely straightforward god. He's just about beating you to death with basic attacks. So, attack speed, penetration, lifesteal, and crits is all you really need with him. Just keep building stuff for that and you'll just wreck really hard, because you can kill most gods very quickly with what Baka can do. Now you will want an item that allows you to ignore the speed penalty from basic attacks. What happens is normally when you do a basic attack, you slow down a little bit. This happens to all gods. But there are items that allow you to ignore that. So you want to get one of those so you can keep playing Baka very aggressive. You can consider getting beads, which will make you completely CC immune during ultimate. That way you cannot be interrupted. That's not a bad idea. And also consider things like Shield of the Underworld to stay alive during ultimates. That way they're hitting you, trying to kill you so that you can't kill them first. That is an option to do there. There's a lot of actives that work with Baka. I think those two are not bad ideas to try out. In conclusion, Baka is all about the speed because he's always hungry, so he wants to just eat things quick. So you want to just cut things up fast, devour them, and move on to the next thing. You want to farm fast, gank fast, do everything fast as you can. Never slow down, because if you ever go hungry, you're losing effectiveness. That's what you want to do. Don't be hungry, don't lose effectiveness, just keep wrecking. So there you go, that right there is the guide for Bakasura. Up next is going to be another jungler, Bastet, and her cats are going to cause a lot of trouble, so that's going to be pretty cool there. As always, these beginner guides are to help beginners understand a god better so they can try them out and just have a better start with them so they can do better and just be good at the game with this god. So share it with your friends so they can all learn Bakasura, learn how to play him, learn how to play against him a little bit, and it'll be good for everyone. The more everyone knows how to play a god in this game, the more knowledge that comes out of it, and it just makes the game better for everyone. So there you go, that right there is the guide for Bakasura. I had fun making it, I hope you had fun watching it. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.